In this video, I'm gonna show you guys how easy it actually is to overclock your monitor. Believe it or not, let's get into it. Hey, how is it going, guys? It's Robin here on RB and Horror. On this channel I cover cheap PC components and gaming related stuff, and so if you're interested in that, consider subscribing and don't forget to tap the notification bell so that you don't miss out on future videos. So again, in this video I'm gonna show you real quick how you can overclock your monitor, and so with that said, let's get into it. So how does overclocking actually work? Well, basically the way the monitor and the way the displays work, manufacturers are setting specific standards for each panel, and what the overclocking essentially does is that it allows us to take advantage of unused margins in the transmission of the signal basically. But there is of course a but here. Both the panel and the circuits in the monitor has to be able to handle the higher bandwidth and the higher clock speed. There are limitations here that you can run into rather quickly. That being said, there are hundreds and hundreds of articles on the internet that explains the technical aspects of the pixel clock and how pixel clock is working. But again, very briefly, you have a bit of room and wiggle to play around with here, and in some monitors you have more headroom than in others. Now, Linus Sebastian also did a video covering this very briefly. I never talked about how this is done on AMD cards. I will show you how this is done in the red team as well. So how do you do this? Well, it takes place inside the Nvidia panel or in the AMD Radeon software, depending if you're on the red team or on the green team. Now I'm gonna start by demonstrating how it's done in the Radeon software, and then we will move over to Nvidia. Right click on your desktop to open up AMD Radeon settings, and from here you want to navigate to the display tab. Right at the bottom, click customize resolution and create a new one, and all you have to focus on is the refresh rate. Now I'm going to increase my refresh rate to 75 and hit apply, and my new profile has now been added. Now what you need to do now is you want to open up the display settings, and again you do this from the desktop by right clicking. Now you want to click advanced display settings, and under your display click on display adapter properties and click on monitor, which will be the second tab, and finally on the drop down select your new profile and hit apply. Again, depending if your monitor is powerful enough, it will either accept the new refresh rate or your monitor will go black for a few seconds. In that case, simply scale back a bit to figure out where you hit the wall here, so to speak. And yeah, that's it. Now I'm gonna show you how it's done on Nvidia cards. Same as before, you wanna right click on your desktop and you want to select the Nvidia control panel. Then what you want to do is you want to navigate to change resolution under display and then click customize here. Make sure to tick enable resolution not exposed by the display. What this allows you to do is to create a custom resolution and refresh rate profile for your display. Now under refresh rate, simply increase the number here. I like to increase it by steps of 5 and hit test. Now I should say, guys, I've tried this on 4 of my displays and all of them were able to max out at different digits. Now with this dull ultra sharp, for example, I was able to increase my refresh rate quite a bit, and the difference is definitely noticeable even when I'm not playing games on it. Now even if you only manage to increase it as much as 5 hertz or so, it still makes a significant difference in games with the VSync on. If you have a powerful graphics card to run in that actual frame rate, you will notice and there will be less stutter for you. Now it should be said, guys, this ain't a gaming monitor by any means. I just decided to use this monitor to demonstrate on. Now once you run into a wall here, guys, again your monitor will go black for a second. Don't freak out. It simply means that the monitor is simply not strong enough to support that actual frame rate. Simply dial back to a stable number, and this is basically how it's done. Now with this all being said, there is a known problem that can occur called frame skipping here, where the monitor seems to be able to accept the new frame rate rate, but actually turns out to be skipping frames. You can tell if this is happening to you, and there is a very easy test that you can run to verify if your monitor is in fact skipping frames or not. I'll leave that link down below, guys, that you can check out if you want to verify if your monitor is fine or not. Now, what about damage? Can overclocking actually break your monitor? I've spent quite a lot of time researching here, and the risk of breaking your monitor is almost none to minimal. Overclocking your screen is even a feature in some monitors. For example, this PG279Q monitor from Asus, for example, has a built-in feature called overclocking. As you can see, as always, it is a risk you're taking, so be careful if you want to try this out or not. Now, I want to know, guys, how much were you able to overclock your monitor? How high were you able to increase your refresh rate? Let me know in the comments below. I'm gonna be back with a brand new video very soon, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. Until then, have an awesome day, alright?